that we can adopt a more pragmatic, proportionate.
Saying it was about pragmatism in the face of a rising cost of living, Britain's Prime Minister Rishi Sunak tore up the political consensus on the UK's climate change commitments.
I want to make the right decisions for the long term of our children, of our country, and that won't be easy. And as you can see, there's lots of resistance to what I'm saying today. But what I'm trying to do is make sure that we're on a path to deliver net zero, because I firmly believe in it, but we're going to do that in a fair, in a proportionate way that brings people along with us.
The ban on the sale of new petrol and diesel cars will be extended from 2030 to 2035. A plan to phase out household gas boilers has been delayed. New household energy efficiency rules will be scrapped. Changes the government insisted would not affect the overall target of net zero carbon emissions by 2050, but which critics called a betrayal of Britain's resolve to be a leader in the global fight against climate change.
I think the key question to ask is backing away from climate action in 2023, is that leadership?
That was the view from the United Nations in New York, where leaders, minus Mr. Sunak, are assessing the world's progress in combating global warming. And while climate skeptics at home will have welcomed the Prime Minister's announcement, the view wasn't much better in sections of his own party. One former minister called it a moment of shame when the UK turned its back on future generations.
The question is, why water down the UK's climate commitments now? Well, there's an election due next year and the Conservatives are lagging in the polls. The Prime Minister may be gambling that climate is the sort of issue capable of dividing the electorate in the way that Brexit did in 2019, helping his party to an enormous win.
The problem is opinion polls suggest otherwise, consistently showing a majority of Britons support fast and strong action on climate. And with some dismayed Conservative MPs threatening to send letters of no confidence in the Prime Minister's leadership, there's a risk that dividing political opinion on climate change risks dividing his own Conservative party. Jonah, Al Jazeera, London.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.